Well then, nobody can sit here and say that they saw this caliber of a movie coming, especially when it first came out 5 years ago. I was one of those naive people, and I was very much proven wrong, and I'm very glad that I was. Get Out was written and directed by Jordan Peele, one half of the funniest YouTube comedy duo of all time. I love those two guys. I find them hilarious. And this came out back in 2017. This is back when I had my first job at a movie theater. And honestly, when I saw the press releases for this thing, I was like, huh? Jordan Peele directing a scary movie? Well, that's certainly a departure for him, but you know what? I'm captivated. Here we follow a young man named Chris, who's played here by Daniel Kaluuya, who is a relative newcomer at the time. And he and his girlfriend Rose have reached the meet the parents milestone of dating. So she invites him for a weekend getaway upstate with her parents. And at first, Chris reads the family's overly accommodating behavior as nervous attempts to deal with their daughter's interracial relationship. But as the weekend progresses, a series of increasingly disturbing discoveries leads him to a truth that he never could have imagined. And, yeah. Now, I said that Jordan Peele at the top of this video proved me wrong 5 years ago. I really did not think much was going to come out of Get Out. I thought it was just going to be a silly little comedy type movie that tries to be also horrific in a way. I thought at best it was going to be like an Evil Dead cult classic type of movie. But damn, this is one of those instances where I was so happy to be wrong. Because Get Out I can consider a masterpiece. I think Jordan Peele put himself on the map as one of the most innovative and funny directors working out there. Because even though the subject matter of Get Out is very challenging for its audience, it's also got a big sense of humor. And a lot of that comes from a very sarcastic relationship between our two leads here. I thought Allison Williams, until her big turn at the end, oh man, she was very likable. And then something clicks in her. And then you're just like, you liar! That's one thing I can tell you about Get Out. The comedy is on point, and the dialogue is so sharp, and the actors are all sharp and on top of their game. Daniel Kaluuya at the time was an excellent discovery from this movie. He would go on to get a Best Actor nomination from this feature. Matter of fact, this is a horror movie that the Academy uncharacteristically loved. They awarded Jordan Peele the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay that year, and it very nearly won Best Picture. And not gonna lie, I think it should have, because what this movie is trying to say is still so incredibly important these days. And it's so aggravating saying that, but there's a great sense of humor about it. There's a great relatability to this material. There's a great relatability to what Daniel Kaluuya is going through. And I thought he was absolutely marvelous in Get Out. This is the movie that would land him so many other big roles in stuff like Black Panther, Nope from this year, also directed by Jordan Peele. And damn, he just seems like such a down-to-earth guy, too. I had no idea watching the movie the first time that this guy was actually British. His accent is just absolutely amazing. This is also the big coming out party for one LaKeith Stanfield, and he is just, oh man. LaKeith Stanfield really does not get enough credit for his work in this. He takes part in an absolutely breathtaking directed scene by Jordan Peele at the opening of this film. It's all one shot, and the point where the dude in the metal mask kidnaps him is just, it's just so bone-chilling and disgusting to watch. But LaKeith Stanfield's range that he gets to explore in this is just, it's the stuff of legends. Bradley Whitford also is very uncomfortably funny in here as the father Dean. Like, he comes off so, like, you really don't know what to make of his character. You don't know whether you want to like him or not when you first meet him. But then as you learn more and more about him, oh man, you just want to smack this dude across the face. Catherine Keener as the mother here is extremely hypnotic, with that iconic scene with the teacup, which involves Chris sinking into the floor in just pure hypnosis. God, every little moment in this movie just always gets to me. And the stuff that these characters have going on, the juicy subtext that these actors have to work with, it's awesome. It's really awesome. I think Jordan Peele crafted such a masterful film here, which I think is honestly a whole lot better than I was expecting with the Evil Dead cult classic status. I would rather honestly rewatch this over Evil Dead any day of the week. Not just for the unbelievable filmmaking on display, But man, oh man, again, I keep sounding like a broken record here, but these performances really put every single person here on the map. Whether it be Daniel Kaluuya, LaKeith Stanfield, Allison Williams, like all of them are just awesome. But man, Lil Rel Howery is just... oh my god. This dude is a show stealer, to say the very least, as this TSA agent that's Chris's best friend. Just so many amazing one-liners. But I think they're like sex slaves and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to put the in there. And he also has what I consider to be one of the best final buttons of dialogue ever. I'm TS motherfucking A. Consider the situation fucking handled. And that's another thing, guys. This third act, oh my god, it's an emotional roller coaster, to say the very least, when Daniel Kaluuya is just like strapped into that chair. But man, this is just, this is what I like to call an emotional roller coaster, right? Where you're just so angry at what's going on. But then it turns into this big Stephen King style revenge climax. And it is just so incredibly gratifying to see Kaluuya's journey throughout this entire film, leading all the way up to the end, which is almost one of the most aggravating endings you could ever imagine, when he's finally giving Rose her little comeuppance for everything she's done to not just him, but everyone else that she's put under her spell. And then the sirens pop up, and then she's like, help me, help me. And then you're sitting in the theater like, oh my god, is this really what's gonna be the message here? But then when Lil Rel as Rod pops out of that police car, that's a standing O moment from the theater audiences right there. Like, I vividly remember the first time I watched this movie. This crowd erupted. I remember it like it was only yesterday, man. It was just, Get Out is one of the best theater experiences I think I've ever had, like, certainly within the past decade or so. And I rewatch this movie at least once a year because I just cannot help but be hypnotized by what Jordan Peele actually did. For lack of a better phrase, of course. Honestly, guys, I can't really think of anything wrong with this movie. I think Jordan Peele really did wonders putting himself on the map with a statement project like this. Winning the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay certainly helped his case as a powerhouse in Hollywood, with a very unique voice that is very Hitchcockian in the style of horror, but then he lends his sense of humor into the proceedings, and there's really nothing like Get Out. I don't think there's any other movie that's quite like Get Out. And I don't think there ever will be again. This is a special movie, which if you haven't seen by this point, oh my word. I'm going to give Get Out its well-deserved A+. This is one of those once-in-a-lifetime projects, guys. And if you guys have been with me for a while, I don't use the term masterpiece lightly. I don't just like throw that word around at any movie that comes out every single year, you know? So that tells you that I think Get Out is truly remarkable. Let me know what you guys thought of this movie down in the comments section below. Is this your guys' favorite Jordan Peele project out of the 3 he's directed? As always, guys, I love discussing all brand new things in movies and entertainment. If you guys are new to the channel, do consider becoming a subscriber today and hit that notification bell right next door because, trust me, you don't want to miss another video from this point. Do me a favor and hit that thumbs up on your way out. That would be an amazing help as well. And guys, with this movie now in my rearview mirror on the playlist, it's only fitting to talk about his sophomore effort next up on this playlist. Yep, we're going to be looking at Us, which was actually filmed very close to where I'm from, so that should be a very interesting look. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to talk about all these other new releases with you guys very soon. So with all that being said, Back Talk, commence!